One look at the skies this morning and the first thing you think of is rain. But so far all we've gotten are a few sprinkles here and there, and the skies at times appear to be clearing. Meteorologist Matinka Slater is in the Weather Center. She's keeping an eye on things for us. Matinka, do we still have a chance of getting some rain? Okay, thanks, Matinka. Many local farmers are still praying for rain after overnight storms once again missed our area. News 5's Jay Villock joins us live from one of the many dry farm fields in central Iowa. Jay, we have gotten a little bit of rain. How are those fields looking?
Well, the fields really aren't looking all that bad.
Thanks, Jay. Dry conditions and high temperatures are feeding wildfires in the south and southwest in New Mexico. From New Mexico to Arizona to Florida, today firefighters are hoping to contain wildfires that disrupted the holiday weekend. ABC's Steve Osunami shows us the situation. Funeral services are underway at this hour in Florida for a teacher who was gunned down. The middle school teacher was shot and killed in a school hallway on Friday. That was the last day of classes. The teacher is being laid to rest today. A 13-year-old honor student is in custody. Prosecutors want to try him as an adult for the teacher's shooting death. Back here in Iowa, 10 students at Perry High School are due to appear in court this week. Police contend the students vandalized the Perry High School campus with animal carcasses and manure. Police say 9 of the 10 students will be tried in adult court. The other student will be charged in juvenile court. State gambling regulators say that they have no plans to open the door to more riverboats and racetracks in our state. The Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission is adopting an indefinite ban on additional gambling licenses. The newest casino to open in Iowa was the Lakeside Casino in Osceola. Commission members say that they believe Iowa is saturated with casinos. At this point, no companies or communities are exploring any new ones. It could be a rocky night for West Des Moines City Council. The council will be deciding the fate of a proposed sand and gravel mining operation that's stirring up controversy. News 5's Stacy Kennel joins us from the newsroom with the details. Stacy, some potential good news for Indianola this midday. The city is one of the 2 finalists for the U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championship in August. The other on the short list is Anderson, South Carolina. Indianola is, of course, known for its annual balloon festival. Organizers say that they're looking to move the national championship from Champaign, Illinois, to a new location this year. Coming up next on News 5 at 11:30, a look back at how we honored our nation's veterans yesterday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. They're still setting up and handling last-minute preparations, but it looks like they're going to be ready by the time Ragbri riders hit town, and then they'll be chilling out. Organizers say to plan on snow, and tonight the hospitality committee is building snowmen, but these fellas are made of helium balloons instead of the cold stuff. Vendors are putting up their stands and signs tonight in the concession area alongside City Hall and Hawkeye Park, and the plan is to have a good time and show the riders who come into town what Ankeny has to offer.
Ankeny has a quality of life that's unique to all of Iowa, and that's the way we look at it.
Some homes and businesses in Ankeny are even decorated with Christmas lights for the Ragbri riders, sending out warm feelings of the holiday season. Now, the help of over 1,000 volunteers is making the Ragbri visit to Ankeny possible. Organizers told me that the community has been behind this event from the very beginning, and that's really what's going to make it a success tomorrow. Reporting live in the newsroom, Leslie Luneckas, News 5. And Sonia, I know you're going to be out there tomorrow morning. They told me to tell you to be ready for the snow. Storms formed just north of the metro near Johnston, Altoona, and Ankeny. This was the scene in Ankeny around 8:30 last night. Our photographers captured numerous lightning strikes. A proposed high-end mall in West Des Moines is a step closer to reality. The West Des Moines City Council approved a redevelopment plan last night. The new mall is expected to include about 1.8 million square feet of retail space. Now that's bigger than Valley West and Merle Hay Mall put together. Owners of competing malls say the redevelopment program is basically a government subsidy for the new mall. Council members say that the redevelopment plan passed last night was on the works before the mall. They also say that it will pay for much-needed road and water improvements in West Des Moines' growth area. An explosion and fire gutted a bar and damaged several other businesses in southern Iowa. It happened in the southern Iowa town of HUMESTON. That's in Wayne County. As News 5's Jay Villock shows us, in just 2 hours, a bar that the owners had built from scratch was reduced to a blackened shell. That was News 5's Jay Villock. Some eyewitnesses say that it looked like the fire might have started at the furnace in the rear of the bar. Fire investigators will only say that they're still investigating and no cause has been set. The bar was not open at the time of the blaze, but the owners had been there earlier to clean. Fire investigators have not put a dollar figure on the damage there yet. Thomas Junta is free on bail after pleading not guilty to manslaughter. Junta is accused of beating another father to death during an argument at their kids' hockey practice. The state says it's time for debtors to pay up. Iowans owe the state at least $1.3 billion in unpaid taxes, fines, and child support. State leaders say that those who aren't paying are burdening the taxpayers who do. If you're one of those debtors, the state will probably be contacting you shortly. After almost 60 years, these former soldiers are revisiting their past and reacquainting themselves with old friends in Des Moines.
The WACs came, and so I joined them, but I'm glad I did.
A Women's Auxiliary Corps reunion is being held at Hotel Savory. Doris Mamelin remembers her time as commanding officer here.
We were a bombing base, and they had to prepare the men for the bombing, and also the pictures, help them take pictures, get them to the planes early in the morning. And headquarters. In most of our quarters, we were far, far away from the main base. We were either in the cornfields or in the pines.
Edith Cook, Helen Glenn, and Juanita Wanstead went through officer training together in 1943. They've kept in touch over the years and say they remember the extremes of Iowa weather and the demand of their responsibilities.
We put on all the clothes the Army would give us, and we put things over our eyes to keep them from watering. It was so cold our eyes would water, and then our eyelids would get ice on them.
Climbing cargo nets and going through the gas chamber and stuff, and we couldn't tell anybody.
While touring Fort Des Moines, the women remembered why they joined up so long ago.
I wasn't married, and I had as much obligation as anybody else.
Everybody was going in, and Pearl Harbor had happened, and I just felt that I need to do that. I'm 85 years old. I don't think I would be 85 if I had stayed in the civilian life.
In Des Moines, Leslie Luneckas, News 5.